Welcome to the Festival of Storytellers.
I thank everybody that's involved with this process because we know writers need readers and writers need publishers.
Experience is not about the publisher, it is about us, the authors.
Your Wealth Lives Within by Luckisha Townsend. How to use your most powerful wealth building tool to secure your future. Get your copy on Amazon today. Well, hi there, everyone. I'm back. This is my last day. So I'll be on now, and then I'll be back at 5 p.m. All right. So today we're going to, continue to take questions. But I was going to talk a little bit about insurance because I'm actually getting ready to think about changing mine. My car is 14 years old. And I have full coverage on it, so I've always had full coverage on it. And so I'm only paying once a year, which is awesome, like I think it's $300 some dollars. And so, but that's full coverage. So I want to actually now investigate and see if, now I'm thinking about taking off full coverage because, if I have to, get it replaced. They're probably going to total it out because of the age and stuff like that. So, kind of think about some of those things. And to mention, the reason why I'm mentioning this is because you should actually be looking at your insurance every year. Go back and see if you got enough coverage. Or check even with different companies. I was with State Farm, for since I had my car, and of course you get stuck into that. You're paying that one person, and you just like you don't want to kind of look anywhere else because it can be tedious. It can be tedious. And so when I started looking outside, and I found out that I could get lower price. I was paying $600 a year. Now I'm only paying $300. And so I'm like, what, I need to do this. And then of course afterwards, they were trying to persuade me to stay and stuff like that. And that's one of the reasons why you need to look up and see if you can get a better policy, because there's no loyalty anymore. As you can see with streaming, everything is about the new customer. used to be, if you were loyal, that meant something. So we have to get out of that. If it's best for us to go and seek it elsewhere, then that's what we need to do. All right. And so I also wanted to talk about insurance coverage. I know a lot of people, especially, depending on your budget, they think, oh, I just need to get the minimum amount of coverage. But unfortunately, what that does, that still puts you at risk. Okay, so yep, you have coverage, so if you get pulled over or whatever, you got insurance. But when it comes to, like, if you actually have an accident and it's actually your fault, that minimum coverage is only I want to go and kind of give you an idea. It's usually like 25K, like for the driver, 50K for the passenger, and then 15K for the driver's car. And so if their car costs more than that, then you're going to end up above your deductible, having to pay out of pocket. Like, I had a client that I talked to you about yesterday. That was one of her major debts, is because she either didn't have enough coverage, so she was paying, on this accident, and so it can happen. So that's why, we have to, get our finances to a place where we can up our deductible, because, we can afford the deductible when something happens, but we'll have more coverage, so that way if something does happen, then, you won't be out of pocket, hopefully liable for that. Okay. So remember, we're at the, beginning of the year and stuff, and whenever, I don't know if you pay monthly or, I never like paying monthly. I'm sorry. I'm not, I'm not a monthly person. But, or every 6 months or every year. But you want to go back and, relook at those things. And then, like, rentals insurance, if you're renting, you make sure that you have rentals insurance. Okay. Because if you don't, you won't get anything replaced, or get the money to replace anything, or you might be liable for, whatever damage happened to that apartment. So you want to make sure that you get rentals insurance. Okay. And, shop there, you shop around, you want to make sure what it covers. You want to know, if you got if you got a lot of stuff, you got a lot of expensive stuff, you want to estimate how much that is, and make sure you have enough coverage that would cover, if everything got damaged. All right. So then we'll go into homeowner insurance, which, I'll be looking at that as well too. So, the things you want to look at if you have a home, you want to make sure that it's enough to rebuild your home and the extended dwelling, replace your personal property, um, cover injuries or any damages on your property, reimburse you for your living expenses after loss, so, yep. So you want to take into consideration all those things, when you're looking at your homeowner's insurance. Okay. So, and I mean, shop around, don't be loyal, because remember, I told you, they're not loyal to you. So, so you want to shop around, you want to do what's best for you. And so that's why it's important, to annually do that. Ben says, good day. I'm excited to be joining you here today. Good. I'm excited to see you too here, Ben. How are you today? Where you are from? We're here in Ohio. So yep. So if you, yep, when you come on, yeah, let me know where you're from as well. All right. And so also I wanted to talk to you about some other insurances that you want to consider, like if you're getting up to, like, in my age and stuff like that, you want to, think about long-term insurance. A lot of people, that's the one insurance that a lot of people neglect, because, they're not thinking along those terms, about, like, if something happens where you can't live in your home and you have to, go to a facility or something like that, and your family is going to have to decide what they're going to do to try and get you the care that you need. So yeah, so that's, you should definitely think about that. If you have parents, see if they have that coverage. You want to at least have it by the age of 60, have that in place, just in case. Okay. All right. Let's see what else we can talk about. Oh yes, life insurance. Okay, so there's whole life. Okay, let's see. Trey says, with how expensive every day is nowadays, is it best not to get into accidents at all? Stay safe, everyone. Yeah, well, of course, not to get in an accident at all, but see, you're not always, it's out of your control sometimes, because see, you have the other person. So it's all, it's not always offensive. It's you're decent defensive driving that you're out there doing, because it's usually not you. It's usually not you that's driving crazy. So that's why you have to, yeah, you have to, be careful out there. Yeah, like you said, be careful out there. But yeah, but you want to have the, the coverage, okay? Because what if your car is parked and somebody runs into your car, and you don't know who, you didn't know who did it, or if you had an accident and it was their fault, they don't have insurance. My son, I had a situation like that where my son's car got totaled, and the kid, he wasn't even on the insurance, and they didn't even, the grandfather did, had let the insurance lapse. So basically he didn't get anything, for his car, because of that. Lily, hi there. How are you doing? I'm going to miss it. Aw, aw. Well, I appreciate you saying that. I actually, I do, do coaching sessions. I do group sessions as well. I actually, work with the company who got my coaching certification through, and I volunteer my time, to they buy their program, and then I am like a coordinator, so I kind of get everybody together. We go through the sessions. It's like 9 weeks, and um, we um, we get on there and talk about how to budget and all that kind of stuff, and you kind of have like a community, so you don't feel like you're alone. So but yeah, but I'll be definitely starting some sessions of my own, where I'll probably offer it for like kind of a set fee, for maybe do like a 9 week like I'm doing now, and that way it's kind of not really totally expensive, but you can still get in and get the information that you need. All right. So, Ethan says, "Good morning, Luckisha. It's day 12, and I have learned many, many things. Some I'm going to implement ASAP." Awesome. Yes. Let me know what you're going to implement. I want to know. I want one thing that you're going to implement, and just wanted to take time to say thank you. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. Yeah, I want to see what that one thing you're going to implement. Um, if you when you get a chance, put it in the chat there so I can see, because I want to know what was the most thing that stood out to you, and what you're gonna try and uh, tackle as soon as possible. All right. So life insurance. All right. So we have term and we have whole life. A lot of people, whole life was really big, because it kind of was doubling as an investment kind of thing. Well, the thing that I found out about whole life insurance is that yeah, you build, some extra money in it, but your family would not, say if you had, let's say, 100,000, and then you have built up like 5,000. So you would think that would be a hundred and 15,000, right? But no, they would not get that. So that extra money, that money that you're building up, is actually for the person who has the insurance. You're supposed to use it like in your lifetime. I had a client who she had some debt that she wanted to get rid of, and we got to talking about it, and she told me she had whole life where she had some money built up, and I said, well, if I was you, I would go and see if see how much of a hassle it would be to get it, and I would use it to pay off my debt, and that's what she did. They of course recommended that she put that money back, but you don't necessarily have to. What that means, that now instead of her having like 100,000, now she has 90,000. So that's what you want to know about whole life. Term life, you want to um, get that because it's usually less expensive, and you want it for a certain term. You want to have at least 10 to 12 times your annual income, and then you want it like 10, 20, 30 year terms. I think the one I had was I think I had it for, I think it's like 95 years. So, but unfortunately, I'm actually have to go in and, have a conversation with them because after I reach a certain age, the premium started going up, so I will definitely need to be adjusting that here come soon. So that's about life insurance. Okay, you also want to have identity theft. Okay, Andre says, what factors influence your decision when selecting a insurance provider? If they're offering what I need. Okay, like I need to right now. Like I said, with my car, since it's 14 years old, um, I'm thinking about just having liability. So I want to know. I'm gonna ask them, what all does that cover as far as somebody, if I hit somebody else's car, because like I said, now they're totaling cars out like crazy now. So I will end up with no car. So I just want to like protect myself from if I had an accident and I was the cause of it. Okay, so that's what you want. You want to make sure. Um, it covers everything you needed to cover, and then the price that you want. So when you get a fully funded emergency fund, so that you have a cushion, that you can probably pay for, like say if you had an accident and say your deductible was 200, 2000. So you're not going to have a problem with that because see, you have the emergency fund to cover that. So then that would lower your premium. Okay, so that's why you would want to get to a point to where you can increase your deductible so your premium can go down. Okay. All right. So try not to stay, if you got to do the minimum amount, try not to stay there too long because, if you have that accident and the coverage that is in that, minimum uh, that you get, just to be legal, you may end up having to pay out of pocket, even past your deductible. Okay. All right. So remember that. Now, identity theft insurance, as well as get ready to talk about, everybody should have. Identity theft insurance because we're all online, we're shopping online, we're banking online, we're doing all kinds of things online, and um, thieves are just getting wiser and wiser about getting our information. So you need to have identity theft insurance. There's one that's called Xander. That's the one I'm doing now. I used to do LifeLock, and the basically the two differences with LifeLock. Okay, they had where they helped online. Okay, I'll put a pin in that. It says, for one, I'm going to teach my kids thriftiness. I think this was part of day 9's session. Okay, and how to save early. Another thing is after you announce your retirement, I kind of envy. I'm sorry. And we'll work on how to I can retire early again. Thank you. Well, I'm sorry. I hope it was godly envy. uh, well, I appreciate that. That's awesome. That is so awesome. I am so glad to hear that. Those are two great things that you can definitely be working on. Yeah, if you want to, depending on how old you are, yeah, you want to be thinking about, seeing if you can retire early or get to be able to retire when you're supposed to retire. So back to identity theft. LifeLock, yeah, they cover, like they monitor you online, like emails and stuff like that. Of course, all 3 credit bureaus, and you get, you can get your reports through them. They have $1 million. If something happens to help you get out of the mess. And then, they have where you can download, the spyware and a VPN. All right. Now the other one, Xander, it doesn't do like the online, like with your email and stuff like that. It does do like your banking and stuff like all your accounts kind of things. I think it tells you about your credit reports. But I don't think you can download it with them. And you do get a VPN and virus protection. The only thing is the price is what was different. I had LifeLock for maybe 5 or 6 years, and it was running me like $500 something a year. And then when Xander came out, it was, a lot cheaper. Actually, I mean, I could have did a family plan, where I had both my boys on there. It would have cost even still less than what I was paying for LifeLock. So I kind of made that decision based on that. I mean, I kind of missed some of the things, but the price, that was I was coming out of pocket, yeah, that was the big decision maker on that one. So that's why I switched with those. So if you if you want me to, kind of send you those two that you can look at, send me an email to ttp@ttpcoachingservices.com, and I'll send you links to both of those. So that way you can, compare them, get online and, you can actually talk to people there, which is nice. A lot of places you have to, text and chat and email and stuff. But you can't, there is a person you can talk to, and you can kind of compare, what's, best for you and your family. All right. We have any other questions? All right. Hi, Ryban. Hello. This is wise to invest. Is it wise to invest in cryptocurrency? I don't know a lot about cryptocurrency, but what I would say is do your research. Do make sure it's reputable. If you are going to invest, I do. I think my nephew, he does invest in some cryptocurrency, but you want to know, research, really heavy on cryptocurrency. Okay. Anyone else? All right. So it's okay. Okay. Elaine says, thank you for your insight, Luckisha. You really helped a lot of people. Well, I really hope so. That was my whole purpose, was to, try and get on, I talked about the book, which this is about your mindset, overcoming those mindsets, that holds you back when it comes to managing your finances properly, being good stewards over your money, putting blinders on and just letting your money go out the door and not know where it's going. So, just making you aware. We need to be more conscious now because of the state that, the country is in and the world is in. We got wars going on in other countries that is still even though it's over there, it still affects us here. The gas prices, actually been a little bit low right now, but that they subject to go back up again. Food prices have not went down. It's crazy. So even going out to eat, is more expensive. So I'll tell you a story. One day, me and my sister, we had morning service and we was gonna have an evening service. So it was only like a couple hours between when we was gonna have to go back. And so we thought, okay, well, we'll just go to actually we was going to go to, no, it was a chicken place, yeah. And so we was going to get an 8-piece. Do you know a 8-piece now is running like $15? $15. How in the world is an 8-piece running $15? That's crazy. And so I said, Charlene, I said, we can go get an 8-piece at Kroger's for $8.99. And so that's what we did. And then we were able to, we got, maybe some coleslaw and some other stuff, but yeah, this is crazy. So, I mean, I actually, I ate out for the first time. It was 2 weeks ago. Me and my neighbor, we had decided that we was going to go out to eat, and I treated, and that was the first time we went to Olive Garden. And we had a good time. It was a good time. But that, for the two of us, we just did the soup and salad. I don't know if anybody familiar with that, with their soup and salad. I mean, and the breadsticks. I mean, you can just go there and just eat the breadsticks. So that was roughly, like $38, even for that, we had, I think I got a strawberry lemonade or something like that. But that just one, that one outing, that cost, over 30 something dollars, which I mean, for some people may think that's not a lot, but to me that was a lot. Camilla says, can you describe a successful investment decision you made and the factors that contributed to its success? Well, I do like the what's it called, the 403b. That's what I did because it was connected with my job. So the financial advisor people, they came to my job, And so they were part of the university. And so they sat down and they did my portfolio. So I had some, and I think I had some in like silver and stuff, and I had definitely some stuff in foreign currency and foreign and mutual funds and stuff like that. So that's what I mainly invested in with mine. And so that's what you would need is definitely somebody that is versed on that, and then also make sure that know what you're getting into. It says beautiful. Oh, well, that's an awesome name. What's your idea on investing in stocks? Well, I don't, like I said, that would kind of be like, insider trading that I don't even have no insider on. But you would have to definitely, get with someone who is more versed with that, and see what stocks, see what stocks to invest in. Of course, I always wanted to invest in Amazon. That was my thing. I always wanted to try and invest in Amazon, but of course, that you have to like it's usually a whole bunch of money or something like that. But you definitely want to get with someone who can help you get into that market. Okay, awesome. Okay, Lily said, would you recommend getting a credit card? Um, I don't recommend anything. I plead the fifth now, but it depends. This is what I'll say to you, Lily. All right. Um, if you are someone who, have your, finances in order, you have a good budget, um, you don't overspend, then I would say, a credit card would be good to get. I mean, because, the thing about everything now is, they're actually trying to push, plastic, so, having one is, it's necessary to have. But if you never had one, I would start out and I would ask them to get, when you get approved, ask them to give you a low, um, amount that you can spend on it, like, like $500 or $1,000, something like that. That's manageable. Okay. So you don't want, cause if you got good credit, you're probably going to get something like 10,000 or something like that. So if if you haven't had one and, I would say, yeah, go ahead and, go ahead and get one, but, ask them to lower your limit on the credit card first. Okay. All right. And then see how it goes. Because, once you get that credit card, you start swiping, and, it don't, things are expensive now. So it won't take, it won't take much to get to that, that credit limit. So that's what I would say to that. Okay. All right, Dorothy, how do you determine whether to purchase insurance through a employer, private, or through government program? What type? It depends on what type of insurance you're talking about, because we have all kinds of insurance. So it will depend on what insurance you're talking about. All right, so if you're talking about employer, I'm thinking this would be health insurance. That's what I'm gonna go with. Okay. It's actually because I am actually, because I retired, this was a decision that I had to, come to terms with. So, of course, your employer's insurance, depending on what type of employer you have. If it's private sector, it depends, what they're offering. All right. So with me, I was with, a state, and it was, a university. So, the plan was, of course, a lot better. So, of course, going through the company was best for me. So like right now, I was out there looking. It was crazy, y'all. It was crazy. I was over my head, and so, but they have like what's called Cobra. So it's kind of like after don't or uninsured through your employer, you have Cobra, and they allow you to have it up to 18 months. All right. And you still get the same coverage that you had, when you were employed. So at least for 18 months. So that's going to give me a little bit of time to, go through in these waters, and figure out what's going to happen after 18 months. Okay. Andre, I wouldn't trust myself with a credit card. Discipline can be hard sometimes. Yeah. So that's why I say don't get one. Just leave it alone. Just, stay with cash. All right. That'll keep you disciplined. Um, and that will keep you, that will give you confidence that you can control your money. All right, y'all, we got to wrap it up. All right. I have one more session at 5. All right. This has been awesome. So have your questions ready. All right. And I will see you at 5.